welcome back to WISHLIST, Texas. Hope everybody's doing great today. Okay, so what I had planned for today is I'm going to do these Christmas bells here, and I'm going to paint them with mica powder. And then I'm going to pour, and I'm hoping this is going to work, I'm going to pour polyurethane over it. They say these are, they're Christmas ornaments. They don't have the thing in there, so I'm not really sure what kind of ornament you would kind of use it for, unless, and I don't think it's going to stand up on its own. But yeah, we'll do something with that when we get to it. But I need to pull out a gold. I think I want to line that maybe with gold and silver, maybe, if it's not going to be too difficult to do that. I'm trying not to make more work for myself, that's for sure. But I think that would be a perfect color for that. Okay, I got my switching sponge, and I'm using Let's Resin's chrome powders. This is the new one that they got out. This has got the black and silver in it. So this is the new set. And it'll be linked in the description box. And my coupon code is also linked in there. They finally listened to me when I said, hey, we need regular colors. We finally got black. We finally got silver. Now we just need, just regular things that we can maybe still paint with, but be, turn out to look good. So I think what I'll do first is I will go through here. I need a really fine detailed one for that. Let's see. Let me get me a little bitty teeny little paintbrush for that. And I know I have some in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. And then I'll go in these lines right here and hopefully just paint it on if I can get the stiffness or whatever they use on these brushes to, because I'm trying not to do a whole lot of cleanup. I know this is going to be some cleanup. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing. The camera location is new. I had a suggestion from someone, and they were suggesting that I either put the camera behind me or beside me. So I did figure out a way to put it beside me. I can't put it behind me, but I did put it beside me. So I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit better for you guys so y'all can see better. And I really appreciate the comment and the suggestion. Because, of course, if nobody tells me, I don't know, what the issue is or whatever. So that's why I need you guys to, tell me if something's wrong or whatever. It doesn't bother me any. If I can do it, I'll do it. I had to really think about this today because the way my table is, it's only got a ledge in the front. So it's a very tiny ledge. In fact, my little holder is barely hanging on there. But now on my other turner, or my other table back here, which has my 12-cup turner on it, it has a big a big one with the boom arm and everything, but unfortunately it will not fit over here. So I had to get one that was smaller. But yeah, I appreciate the suggestions, the comments, because of course, when I'm watching the video, it looks fine to me. So without someone telling me, I don't know what to fix. Now, I know that I'm not going to please everyone, um, because I've already had this uh, side of it before. I had someone. She was the she wasn't even subscribed. She was just watching, but she told me first she couldn't see anything. I needed to zoom in, so I zoomed in, and then I had people telling me that I was zoomed in too much. They couldn't really see. So it's just until I find that perfect little spot. It's just a trial and error, because I thought where I had it was perfect. So hopefully this spot here is going to do the trick. And I thank you for the suggestion and telling me that, how to maybe to where y'all can see it better. And I'm hoping this is it. I'm so used to filming up high because of my tumbler turner thing over there, because it's a double stack. So I have to film higher so it's not in my way. So, but yeah, I'm going to definitely have some cleanup here, but that's okay. I think it's going to look good. I'm hoping. Oh, the video I filmed before this did not turn out. It was a blooper. It was a flop. I'm not even gonna edit that video, because it was, for one, the stuff, the decals that I had were not even what I had ordered. So couldn't finish it anyway. So yeah. So now I'm starting all over for a video for tomorrow. And I have some 1 hour fast cure, but yeah, unfortunately it's yellow. So I don't know. And I don't think I want to back this in black. Not for Christmas. I mean, I guess I could, do it in a dark blue or whatever, but I just, which I'm not really that much of a black person when it comes to crafts anyway. Now, as far as clothing, yes, I will wear black, but even at that, I don't wear it much. Hardly ever do I wear black. I'm more colors and excuse me. I'm more of a color person, and as y'all can tell with me editing how I put color in there, because I got to have color. I mean, that's just where it's at. I feel like I got a I feel like I got a frog in my throat. And it will not. I don't know what's going on with Crazy Thing. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this cleaned up without interrupting my gold here that I'm painting. I know these are some really fine lines to be trying to paint in, but I thought, well, maybe it might look okay. I was just going to go with plain silver, but then I got to thinking, well, those little lines there, you know, we can jazz them up a little bit, make them look. And I want to make sure I get it in there because, like I said, I'm pouring this with polyurethane, maybe. But I am going to speed this up for you guys, so that way the video is not so long since y'all are seeing what I'm doing. And I'm just going to finish painting this, and I'll be back on regular speed as soon as I get this painted. But until then, enjoy the music. Okay, where did my baby wipes go? I have no clue. Didn't want to have to use that, but we shall. I gotta find my. I had some round tipped. Some round tipped ones in here too, and they're gone. And I also have Q-tips, but I don't remember where they went either. I'm gonna do the best I can here. Get my little pointy stick here in a minute and go through the center of that. Right now I'm just trying to get this bigger, the bigger stuff out. Guys, don't forget, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, to go join. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. It's not a membership. It's just a Facebook group that, everybody can kind of mingle with each other and get to know each other, and, you know, past tips, encouragement, give, all that kind of stuff. Get ideas, show some of your items that you've worked on or you're working on, when you finish it, your completed projects, things like that. So that's a good way to, get to know people and get help as well. Because I will be, now that I have a Facebook group, any kind of notifications or anything like that that I have going out will be posted in the Facebook group. Um, like the giveaway, when I get ready to do the giveaway, um, that will be um, put on there when the giveaway is going to start. We've got to get to the 250, and so that, and then that's where the winner will be announced. Um, ugh, these sorry Q-tips. But yeah, the winner will be announced in the Facebook group. Um, if I don't have a video that day, that's where it's going to be posted. So yeah, you definitely want to join the Facebook group. And like I said, I mean, it's not a membership. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. But if you need, extra help, if you're pouring something and you say you have a brain block or whatever and you need help, well, somebody in that group is going to be able to help you. Um, they can give you suggestions and, all that kind of stuff too. So, and like I said, it's a perfect way to meet new people. That's what the crafting community is all about, is or it is for me anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I like to I like to mingle. I like to talk to other people and, you know, get ideas, and I got some of my gold off there, so naturally, got to go back in. But I'm gonna go in, I think, with this little sponge, and hopefully that's gonna do it. But I got to go in with that anyway, so I don't even know why I'm even fixing to bother with that right now, because yeah, I'm probably gonna be touching up a whole lot once I get these little things out. But I gotta go right in these lines, and that's not gonna be easy. Okay, definitely gotta go back in there. Oh, knock on wood. Got one down. I may get one of these pointy Q-tips and go in and put that in there. Okay. Now just remember, whatever touches your mold first is what you're going to see. So if you got any gold or anything like that, you want to get it out. If you're wanting your bell to be silver or red, whatever color you want your bell, you got to make sure you get your mold cleaned, or you're not gonna have the color that you're wanting. Okay, get another one here. I already had one out, didn't I? My eyeballs aren't wanting to focus, and I need for them to focus because I don't have my other things in here that I bought when I rhinestone, because they're in the dining room. I've been diamond dotting. It is so much fun. I love it. It just, I mean, I'm relaxed and I'm just, yeah, it's very relaxing. I don't know why I haven't done that and gotten into it sooner. I do the Amazon Vine, and so that's where I've been getting a lot of them, is through that, and I'm enjoying it. It's so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this, and I'm hoping that's gonna work. I think that's gonna be a little too big, but hopefully I can get it. Definitely gonna have to go back over it again, because I don't know which way's the best way, because I feel like this is wiping it off. It's not as gold as I would like. Let's try one of these and see. Yeah, no, the brush works a lot better, but I'm just gonna have to be super, super careful when I go back in again to clean it. The only thing about these brushes, they don't stay put together and pointy. And then that kind of messes up your side of it that you're doing. So y'all got your Christmas shopping going, or any of you done, or what? I haven't even started. Which, I mean, I know what I'm buying. It just, um, I can't really say just in case she decides to watch this video, but I've got a few things in mind. I had some, I had some, well, I had baby wipes in here too, but those just up and disappeared. But I had Q-tips as well, and I guess my children came and got my Q-tips, because they're not here. That about figures. I can't keep nothing, and that is no joke. I can't keep anything. My daughter went to a friend's house, so that's why it is so quiet here today, which I'm loving. And the little dogs are too. Both of them are loving it. I'm just going to go super, super slow. I'm hoping y'all can see this. Okay. You are not playing nice. I'm having to put the gold right there. Where I took it out of. If I can't get this is going to just be solid silver. And I'll go over it with a gold metallic paint pen. That's not what I was anticipating. I wasn't thinking it was going to be this difficult to clean this up. But too, I'm like the biggest perfectionist ever. So if it's not like, if it's not straight and it's not the way I want it, then I gotta keep doing it, because I can't. And I need to go get me some Q-tips, because I'm wasting my little good things here. And these things are not cheap at all. For these little pointy ones. I'm just taking my time. Okay. Now, let me see if this one's going to be not such a problem. Or y'all, is anybody going anywhere for Christmas, or y'all staying home and cooking? And some family members are coming to your house, or I know some people, they'll go skiing, or whatever during Christmas season, and they'll take trips and things like that, and that's their Christmas. So I didn't know if any of y'all do that, or if you spend it with family. And now, who all opens? Do y'all open presents on Christmas Eve, or do you do it on Christmas Day? I personally never allowed Christmas to be done until Christmas Day, until I got with my husband 24 years ago. Would have been 24 years. But he had the tradition that he let them open one gift on Christmas Eve. So we've kind of kept that tradition. And now the grandkids, they open one gift on Christmas Eve. Because that's kind of what their papa, we've always done. With our kids, and like I said, grandkids. Or grandkid, shall I say. Grandkid. But yeah, we've just always, I mean, having one child, and she only had one kid, so yeah, that's kind of I had one, she's done one, so that's, well, she has two, but unfortunately, Daddy got custody of the boy, and wasn't because we didn't, fight and all that stuff, because Lord have mercy, it cost us some jack to to fight for that baby. But, unfortunately, he just had the better lawyer. I mean, we did. I had a crappy lawyer. Oh, it was horrible. I mean, wasn't doing half the stuff he should have been doing, asking half the stuff he should have been asking. You know, we popped drug tests and, just all kinds of stuff. But unfortunately, he passed that because he colored his hair or shaved his head. I think he shaved it or something. I don't, but yeah. So that was that. I know that's, you know, probably a little bit too much of my personal life, but it is what it is. But no, I have with the granddaughter, but no, we've always allowed our daughter. She opened one present Christmas Eve, and of course his daughter as well. And they were both the same age. My daughter and his daughter were both the same age, and but yeah, they got to open one gift Christmas Eve. And like I said, I keep messing up on this one side, driving me nuts. But so yeah, they and it's so funny because she always wound up, his daughter. Oh, and she'd get so mad. She always wound up picking the not so good gifts, if you know what I mean. She picked socks or, just, yeah. So she always went for, you know, the the different size boxes or whatever, and but yeah, she would always wind up with, socks or underwear or something, and she would get so mad. But yeah, it was funny. I mean, we couldn't help but laugh. But and my daughter, she always picked the good ones for some reason. How she managed it, I don't know. But Christmas Eve was really funny around our house. I mean, not funny to the kids, but or to his daughter, but it was funny. We had to laugh. I mean, me and him both, we laughed. It was hilarious. And she'd do it every year. Every year. It's like, oh my goodness. I think one year she finally did wind up with a decent present, and it wasn't, you know, socks or underwear or whatever clothes. Okay, I'm gonna go very, very slow, and my Q-tip is kind of not pointy, so that could be the problem. But I'm gonna go very slow. And if I get somewhat of a line, I'm leaving it be. Okay, I'm leaving it. I'm not even going to touch that middle because it's not, to me that looks fine, because yeah, I'm not gonna keep doing that whole paint me again situation. I'll be here forever. I'll definitely be here till probably the cows come home. And I'm not trying to play around. I gotta get this video out for you guys. When I do that, I'm just wiping off some of that alcohol so it doesn't run into the powder. And I just hit that spot. But I've got little gold specks, so I've got to get a rag. If I can quit bumping other places. But yeah, I got to get a rag and get all that gold, which I will probably do that after I get everything else painted, because I don't think that little bit of sparkle is going to make that much of a difference. Alright, so I think I'm going to do... I think I'm going to go ahead and do the... You know, I'm going to go ahead and do the silver. Just because if I don't, I've got red and green, and that's going to be a booger trying to clean up that, especially around all that gold. And yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint the silver on here for the bell. But yeah, just remember, whatever touches your mold first is what is going to show. So with that being said, make sure that you're cleaning your mold real good, because it will definitely show. In fact, I'm going to wipe this little area out right here. And this kind of looks, I mean, it looks like a fondant mold, but it also looks, I mean, it's very good quality, that's for sure. But it also kind of looks like a resin mold as well. I mean, that's what it said, but now normally these kind of molds are fondants, but once you put a top coat on it, you're not going to know the difference. I bought it because I thought it was super, super cute. And I was thinking, silver bells. But it is definitely super, super cute. I don't even remember where I bought this at. This might have been on Vine. And if it was on Vine, it may not be out yet, because they normally Vine, some of the Vine things that are on there are for things that are fixing to be released, and they're wanting reviews on what they needed, if it's good or not good, whatever. So sometimes, no, not, and it's not all the time, but sometimes that's what it is. It's new items that are coming in you know, people are wanting to sell and all that, so they get what reviews of what people think about it. And I don't know what they do from there, but I don't know if they let them sell it if they get bad reviews or whatever. I'm not sure how they handle that, but I'm definitely trying to get some of this gold out of here though, because I don't, just touch that stupid thing again. God dang it. I can't win for losing. I'm serious. I'm gonna touch this again. I gotta go back in here and clean this back up. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry guys, I am not intending for this to be such a long video today, because I was not anticipate staying up all night. I should have just went with my initial gut and just done the whole thing silver. But I thought it would be really pretty gold. I wish the lines on this one could be over here, because it would make it a little easier. It's this bottom line here is what's the problem. That and this little paintbrush thing I have here that's not, well, it's not a paintbrush, it's a makeup brush, but however, this thing is not making it easy because it's not stuck together no more. Okay, this is it. It works, it works. If it don't, then I'm just going to wipe it off. Taking my time. See, it's that one little divot right there that you go to wipe, because there's not, it don't even feel like there's a line there. But I know there is. Well, I'm going to leave it because I don't want to. I don't want to keep messing with it and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to leave it be. Get the gold out of here as best as I can without using that rag. But I really didn't want to use all my thingies here either, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you don't get it clean, that's what you're gonna see. And I don't want to see gold. I want to see silver. Okay, that's it. I'm not touching it no more. We're done with that. I'm going to the silver. And moving right along. Okay. I don't even know what I'm going to put that little tip back on there for, because it doesn't hold it in place. It doesn't do any good. Alright, where did my bigger paintbrush go? Here it is. Alright, so we're going silver. Now at this point it doesn't matter if you get it on the gold, because it's not going to show. And I may do this in resin. I can put it on my heat mat, and if I do fast set, it'll be ready in about 4 hours. So I may very well just, I think resin would probably look a lot better. In my opinion. Oh, I think that's going to be so pretty. I really had my mind set on putting this, doing it thin enough and then setting it in a tray as a, like a decal. But I don't have one of the trays that I just got in that I really wanted to do this with. It's not going to be, it's not deep enough. So it wouldn't work that great, if you know what I mean. So yeah, because it's one of the oblong oval trays, but it's just not deep enough for that. I was kind of hoping it would be, but it's not. And that was the whole purpose of buying that set. It come with five molds, I think. Oh, it's going to be super cute. Or in my opinion, it's going to be. I just don't know how I'm going to design it if I want to do it in a, you know, for an ornament, or do we, I mean, they said it's a Christmas ornament, but I mean, an ornament could be a number of things. It could be a decoration ornament. It could be, you know, are you talking a Christmas tree ornament? What, you know, what are they talking about? Because to me, it looks awful big for a Christmas tree ornament, but I guess it could. I mean, if I do polyurethane, it's going to be heavy. I mean, granted, polyurethane is the fastest, but I just don't know about the white. And I really don't want to do black. I mean, I know these colors look better in black, but I mean, I could do a blue. You know, I mean, Christmas is blue as well. And Christmas is all different colors. Because, I mean, most of the stuff now is not traditional like it was when I was growing up, you know, as a kid. You had colored lights and, you know, them velvety satin balls, and that's what you had. And now they come out with plastic balls, which I do not like at all. I'm not, yeah, I'm just not into that plastic. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, it's logical, you know, because God knows we broke a lot of Christmas ornaments when we were kids, you know, Christmas balls, because they were always glass, you know, back in the day. Always glass. And then you break them, and then you're in trouble. And so, I mean, I get it, but I'm just, I don't know, I'm old school, I guess. I don't know why I'm using this one. I don't really care for that switching sponge too much. Okay, I'm going to attempt to clean this. With this rag here. Because I've definitely got a lot of cleanup on this mold. Some of this I'm definitely going to have to get the little Q-tips. Like up in these. Tips of these leaves and things like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be like extremely perfect if you get the biggest majority of it. But just, you know, make sure you get, the biggest majority of it, because otherwise you're going to definitely see that silver. I'm definitely going to have to get it in that one, because I'm not even fixing to stick my big old finger in there to even think about getting that out of there. Because see, I'm just, well, that's part of the bow anyway, but yeah, I'm not sticking my finger in there, because oh, well, it would help if I don't stick my finger in that one either. This is the only bad thing about painting molds. That's why I don't do it very often, because it is so time consuming, but the results are phenomenal. I just don't know what it would be with polyurethane though. That's my question. I'm trying to think, would it still look as good? Or would it not? Or what? And I wonder if I even just maybe do like a transparent black on the back. If that would still make the colors pop. Well, that silver is sparkly. I can't even get all that sparkle stuff out of the... out of everything. And it's not because I ain't cleaning it. It's just not wanting to come off. I need to get like some plastic wrap or something to, you know, put over the rest of the design when you're not, you know, that you're not painting. You do that and it keeps your mold clean. I just never think about that, ever, until after the fact. Alright, I'm going to call that for that one, because I think it'll be good. I definitely like bigger molds like this because they're so much easier to clean though when you get mica powder all over everything, because they're so much easier to clean up because they're so much bigger. Just like that. So have any of y'all went to McDonald's yet and got the Happy Meals with the Grinch boxes? I have been seeing people load up on them things. Oh my goodness. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, it's not crazy though, but I mean, I can't remember what I mean, I know you get like socks and things like that in it. Um, but I didn't know if there was like a big side where, you wanted so many may find money or whatever. I don't know anything about it, but I heard it. My daughter was telling me about the side of it with the Happy Meals, and she said something about going and buying some. And I'm like, what? But they are. I seen a little monkey on TikTok. Um, the monkey's name is Gatlin, and she's the sweetest little thing. And she got a Happy Meal uh yesterday, and she got her a pair of yellow socks. Grinch. So I didn't know if there was, anything more to that than okay. That's it for the silver. And that goes back in that box, and I can close it up because I'm done with that one. Oh, my mouth is so dry. And then I'm going to do the green or the red. I may do the red. Yeah, I think I'll do the red first. And then I'll go in and do the green. And then I still got to figure out how I'm going to pour this because I don't know if I want to do. I mean, I do want to do polyurethane because it is quicker. And I know it's late. And I have literally been every single night here lately. Some nights and sometimes staying up for almost 48 hours. So, yeah, my sleep schedule is completely off. That's not the color red I thought. I wanted a bright red, but it will work, I suppose. So yeah, either I'm up for 24 hours or over sometimes, sometimes almost 48. But I wasn't wanting to stay up all night tonight like I have been doing. I was actually going to go to bed or I thought I was at a decent hour, but the first video that I did not turn out. So now I'm back on to plan B, just so I have a video for tomorrow. So yeah, that's what we got to do, you know. It's just how the little cookie crumbles sometimes. And I was really hoping that other one that I did was gonna work, and the way it didn't. The mold is jacked up too, but I mean, nothing I could do about that. But it just didn't turn out at all like I had wanted. The color or anything. Because I did a two-tone color, and I should have just stuck with one, because knowing that polyurethane's going to turn white, which is going to lighten the color up that I had in there. So, you kind of live and learn. That's just the name of the beast. Make sure you get, if you're painting molds, make sure you get in every little crack and crevice you can get in, because if you miss a spot, it's going to show doing micas like this. You will definitely see where you missed that spot. So just make sure that you check it twice, check it 3 times. And I will set that one there. Go in here and paint this little bow here. I wish this was a brighter red. I don't know why I was thinking this was like a true red. I mean, I kind of wished it was, but it's not. I have a feeling that was silver underneath there, and it's probably going to show through as silver and not red. I'm going to wipe it off here in a minute, because I think I seen silver where the bow is, and I don't want silver where my bow is supposed to be, which is right here. But yeah, once your thing is painted, I can go over this with the red. It's not going to hurt nothing. It's not going to do anything because, of course, it's already been um, painted with, you know, the silver. So I do got to go in here and clean that off because that does have silver, and that's part of the bow. So I don't want that. I don't want that in there for sure. Which means I'm going to have to wipe my red off also. But that's okay. Because I would rather not have silver. I want it to be red. Knock out the excess. You know, so crazy, these switching sponges, uh, they don't. I mean, I guess they would, but they're like, they don't work 100%. You still got to wash your brushes out. I mean, if you're, you know, wanting to wash your brushes, but I like to wash my brushes every now and then. I'm just trying to, I'm gonna just scooch down like that so that way I don't bump nothing like I just did. I thought I was going to scooch down and not bump nothing. I mean, a towel covers more area than a Q-tip, so that's why I was trying to use one of these, but I think I'm doing more flipping work for myself. I mean, granted, not too much work, but still. I mean, if I had regular Q-tips, I wouldn't mind it because those are kind of inexpensive, but I don't know where my Q-tips went to. I bet you they're back in my bathroom. Guarantee you. Guarantee, guarantee, guarantee. And that's where they are. And I'm probably going to have to go get them. I don't know, that silver to me looks more like a holographic because I've got sparkle all in my red here. Hang on, guys. Let me go see if I can find some regular Q-tips. I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. But I love these chrome powders, though. They are gorgeous. I don't know if y'all have seen the video where I did the into resin mold, the flower, the rose with the crystal edge on it. Oh god, that thing turned out so gorgeous. Y'all didn't, if y'all hadn't seen that, y'all need to go back and watch it because that turned out amazing. And I love that mold. Well, I love all their molds, but I know there's been some people that has ordered from Into Resin with my discount code. I want to say thank you. And they do run their molds on sale. So I know they are kind of expensive. But if you'll wait until they're maybe a year old or whatever, then they start marking down the price a little bit. So that's just kind of a food for thought. That's how I got some of mine, because they had some that I wanted so bad, but I waited. Now, I will say this, because there's some that I wanted and now I don't see them anymore. So, I wouldn't wait too long. If there's a mold you like, you better snatch it, because I think they only keep them for so long and then they do away with them. Because then, they move on to something else. The people that did buy the Into Resin molds from my um, discount code, thank you. I appreciate it. And hopefully I can start getting um, more people to purchase, you know, so I can start getting, you know, molds so we can look at them and, you know, make the molds, and, that way y'all can see if it's something y'all may be potentially, a potential mold you may want, or, and they have some too, that are, like the machine made molds, like you get on, Amazon or whatever. They do have those as well. So, you don't have to go with just a handmade mold. They have all kinds of um, different items, you know. Okay, that one's finished. Yay. But I know, also, um, I know the first of the year's coming up, so people's going to be getting their taxes and things like that. So that right there is a perfect time, for you to buy the molds and things that you are wanting, with your, tax money, if you can afford it. I mean, some people, they have, other plans that they have to do with that money or whatever, like pay bills or, pay things off, whatever. So, but I'm just saying, if that's what you've been wanting, I would say do it if you have the money to do it. You know, don't go out and buy them just because, um I mean, we would all love to have their molds. They've got so many that I would love to have, but they're just can't afford them. They're so expensive, and then the tariffs will eat your lunch if you don't. If you don't buy a whole lot, then you got shipping costs, and that's where it's gonna really, you know, get you. So, but yeah, I'm just saying, if there's, if there's any molds that you want, you know, and you can, if you're, just say your income tax money is free, you have nothing to do with it or whatever, that right there is the perfect time to stock up and, get the into resin molds that, you've been wanting. I'm kind of hoping I have money coming back so I myself can order some molds, because I am wanting some of their molds again. I mean, I have a whole drawer full that I hadn't even used and gotten into yet, but I'm I'm itching to buy some new molds, because I absolutely love their molds. Um, I bought from Molds and Shapes. Um, I'm pretty sure y'all seen the video. I need to contact them, and I did. Um, and I will say, I have had these molds for, a few months. Um, when I I did take them out of the box, out of the main box that they came, they were shipped in. But I did not take them out of the way they packaged them, through, they put the cardboard, then the mold, and then the cardboard with plastic and all that. I didn't do that. So the lady, you know, I I, I messaged them and basically, was asking them, what can I do? It was like she was, I guess she thought that I was trying to send them back, and da 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 da. Well, to me, she was kind of rude. And I will say that, I don't know. I absolutely love their molds. Their molds are gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but you know when a customer contacts you about something, and I've seen tons of people with their molds that leave their molds stacked between the cardboard plastic, because they use cardboard and then they put plastic over it. And I have seen a lot of creators that have their molds put them and leave them that way. And, it doesn't come with any instructions on how to, care for your mold, like and it, from into resin. Now, into resin, they literally give you instructions. They tell you how to take care of your mold. Handmade molds, a lot of them will come with instructions. These did not. Okay, so how was I supposed to know? Am I supposed to take it out of the between the two pieces of cardboard and the plastic? Or do I leave it because that's the way y'all packaged it? So is that, is that the best method for storing? You know? So they're not, silicone's not touching silicone. Um, so I just thought, she was kind of rude, and then she emailed me back and she told me to resend the photos because she couldn't figure it out of what I was doing, because I sent some of, some pictures of the backside, which, because the reason why I sent the pictures of the backside, so I could show her what I was talking about with, what was going on with the front of that mold. And she just she told me to send the picture again. And so I emailed her and I told her, because at that time I wasn't home. I was at the dentist. And the phone that I film on, I leave here. I don't film on my phone. I film on a different phone. And so I didn't have the picture. But I told her, I said, well, I've already sent you the picture of the mold. And I said, you can clearly see where the plastic touched it and it's damaged. And I said, I'm just trying to figure out, is there a solution? What can I do? I'm not asking for a credit. I'm not asking to send it back. You know, I'm not asking. I'm just asking if there's a way that it can be fixed. What's what can I do? You know? But she was very, very short, sharp. So if if that's the way they're going to treat their customers, I don't want to do business with people like that. So molds and shapes kind of lost my business. And when I sent her the email, and this has been 2-3 weeks ago, I guess, I sent her this email and I got no reply. And um so excuse me. So I turned around and I resent it again last week and said, um, okay, I'm resending this email because I don't know if you received the email, the first one, because I haven't heard anything and I haven't gotten a response. So I'm resending the email. And yeah, nothing. I mean, it's just ghost mode, quiet, whisper, nothing. So yeah, that Marge, I think her name is Marjorie or Marjan, whatever. Yeah, very, very rude. Um, not not somebody I wanna do business with, you know. And I told her that from the get go. I was just looking for a solution. So so with that being said, yeah, they won't make it right. That's for sure. They don't even try to attempt to make it right, which I wasn't asking for them to, send me a new one or this, that, whatever. Um, I was just asking for a solution of what I could do because, here again, not every silicone sticks to silicone. I don't, it doesn't matter what people tell you. I'm just going to tell you right now because I've done it from experience. Not every silicone sticks to silicone. So, yeah, can I put silicone on it? Yep. But is it going to stick? Probably not because I don't know what they've used, you know. So that's why I was, looking for a solution to the problem, not, oh, I want my money back, or here, let me, tell you that this mold is messed up and send me a new one. No, that's not what I was doing. Um, but, you know, hopefully, anybody else that's ordered from them has not had any bad experiences with her, but she's very rude. So, I definitely will not be buying from them again ever. They just lost a customer, and I will potentially tell this story again because don't be rude to somebody. Don't be short. Don't be hasty, and she was all of the above. So there's a way to talk to somebody, and all that, and she just you know but anyway, I'm gonna get off that subject and get off that rant. But yeah, and I will say this, and then I'm gonna shut up about it. If you expect people to not contact you because their molds are messed up because of storage or the way they stored them or whatever, then you need to clearly put instructions with your packaging to let people know how they need to store them, that they need to take them out of the plastic and cardboard that you people put on them or put them on. If they're not supposed to be stored like that, then you need to let people know that. Because she asked me, she said, "Oh, you waited 3 months to take your expensive molds out of the box?" No, I did not. I did take them out of the box. But however, I did not take them out of the packaging that you wrapped them in for that amount of time because I had videos. I'm a YouTuber. I had videos. I had to, that was already, set up to in their spots to go. So, no, I'm not one that I get a new mold and I'm gonna sit and do it. No, I was gonna do an unboxing, all that, which I did. But no, I did take them out of the original box that they shipped them in. Yes. But she was just, I mean, like, she kind of thought like I was a dumb, you know what. So, and that I'm not. I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm very well educated. So, with that being said, yeah. Only don't make it right. She don't even try to make it right, and she don't even try to figure out a solution or to even help. So, yeah, your friend is not who you think she is. Back onto the molds, and off that subject, I'll show you this. If y'all haven't seen the video, I'll show you what I was talking about. So this is the little thing I was talking about. This is the Into Resin mold. Gorgeous, gorgeous mold. But I painted this with the chrome powders as well. Now you see the difference in the brightness. But because I poured this clear, it's not as bright as it would have been if I would have probably done black. Now on the back side, it's super bright. But, you know, because of this, which I kept this. This is when I was using my deburring tool and all that stuff before I got my little sander and all that. So I just need to grind that down and file it and then do a top coat on it and it'll be fine. But I mean, it looks gorgeous with clear. So, you know, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it in clear? Or do I want to do maybe a transparent black background? Okay, well, guys, I thought I was filming. Obviously, I wasn't. I'm hoping. Well, I've got the resin mixed up. I don't want it being super, super dark. That's my thing. But this is what we got. This is what we're going with. All right. I think it's going to be pretty, though. Either way. Yeah, I definitely need to put some plastic over my stuff, I think. Because I've got, literally, I got stuff all over my hands. Let me pour it from this way so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to pour slow and from up high. I got to get this in here. This is fast set. Let that sit and ride for a minute. And we'll go ahead and fill this one up. And just remember, the more you heat it up, the thinner it's gonna get. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do because you got to get the, you know, you got to get the bubbles out. So, you know, with that being said, it's the name of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and do these little molds here. I'm just trying to use up all this resin here because I don't. Oh, it's going to be pretty if it gets crystal clear. That way, if it's you hang it on your tree or whatever, you're still going to be able to see through it. Ooh, I think it's going to be pretty. You could even use it for like a decorative door hanger. Let's see what all we could use these for. You could use it for even like a package. you know, package decoration. Now, granted, these are kind of big, but you'd have to use it on like, you know, a bigger package. But it's, but yeah, I think they're going to be gorgeous. Is it for this until demold. So I will see you then. Okay, guys, we are back, and it is time to demold. I think this is, I do have a lot of little bitty fine micro bubbles, but it was just because my room was so cold and my epoxy was so cold. But at the end of the day, once I back coat it, you're not gonna probably see it anyway. So, oh wow, no, those turned out pretty. And look, I did that perfect. Okay, I'm trying to see if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, because I literally domed that perfect. No trim work, no nothing. Love it. Hopefully the rest of them come out the same way. And this one's a little thicker than the others. I tried to stay up for as long as I could. I was trying to get this done before, you know, the end of the night, but I didn't, and I went to bed about 4 o'clock because, yeah. So that's why this video is going to be late today. And this one I didn't do so good, but I will back coat it. I'll just leave it like that and do a top coat, and I'll probably do a top coat on the front too, because it's got little mini micro bubbles. But like I said, I'm gonna have to put my resin back on my heat mats, because when I had them on my little heat mats, I didn't have this issue at all. So it's just that my room was cold, my epoxy was cold, but so that's, and then I got one little bubble right there. But like I said, once, and I don't know that I'll top coat this one. This one was domed perfect, no trim, no nothing. That was, now this is the one I'm dying to see. And I hope these turned out the way I wanted them. And red always stains your molds. It doesn't matter. It's gonna stain it, but it doesn't affect anything, except for I'll have to get that out of there and then clean up my mold. And I will tell you, if you clean your molds before you put them away, then you don't have to worry about it for the next time. Ready? Oh wow. Okay. Not as pretty as what I expected, but nonetheless, I'll probably do a top coat. I'll probably do, if I can do it, I'm going to do a top coat on this. I don't know. I don't really like that dull finish on there, and that ran, so that was a bummer. But I have that new, well, I bought some sanding discs for my Dremel and buffers and all that, so I can just sand it and do that. But I usually do that off camera, not on camera, because generally I have to go outside, and today it is so cold and nasty outside that, yeah, I'm not I'm not going outside today. But yeah, but you could make ornaments out of it, you know, to hang on your tree. You could make ornaments to hang on your fireplace. You know, you could just um, set them up on your fireplace. You don't necessarily have to have, you know, an ornament per se. It could stand freely on its own. Or you could hang it however you wanted to do it, you know. You could do it that way. But I'm definitely going to be heating my resin up from now on, that's for sure. Because I don't like the way it didn't turn out too bad though. I mean, it's not super bad, but it's not the best. That one little bubble right there is on my nerves. But yeah, you could just, you know, prop them up against something like this, you know, or you could drill a hole in it and put, you know, some ribbon in there. These, I've got some stuff over here, some ribbon over here that I want to put on these. Let me grab it if I can figure out what drawer it's in. Yeah, 50 million drawers, and I can't never remember what drawer I put stuff in. Ay. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I never can remember what drawer. I'm still trying to organize in the middle of trying to do videos and all that, and organize and all that stuff, and get stuff put up, and then, like I said, we have company coming this weekend, so that's, and then this video's late because, or it's going to be late today for sure, because of the fact that I stayed up half the night waiting on this to get done. But yeah, I have some of this little ribbon here, so I thought what I'd do is just cut some of this and hopefully I can loop it in here, because I don't have the stuff that actually goes in, you know, in these, but I kind of want them a little decorative and cute too. So, I mean, you could always put whatever, you know, whatever string you want to put on it. Doesn't really matter. You can do rustic. I have that stuff too. But I think I have one over there that has a different tip on it, and I'll have to get it out to where I can go around the edges and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for right there. I wanted it to sparkle and shine. And then I'm just going to go over this because, of course, that red, I don't know how that red traveled, but it did. I guess I didn't get it blowed out good enough. I've got to find my little blower. I don't know what I did with it. I know I bought one, though. It's just like a handheld little blower vac. Kind of almost looks like a vacuum cleaner, but it's not. It's an actual blower. And I bought it for that very reason, to blow out my molds when I do micas, because just because you bang it on the table, which I did, you see it still doesn't get rid of all of it. But yeah, that looks way better than that dull. Now I wished I had the red and the green, but I don't even know that they do red and green chrome markers. But yeah, that looks way better. And then I've got to clean this off right here. But other than that, besides getting the gold, let me get that and we will do that. And then, let's see, I could have sworn I had a fine, I do have a fine tip. Good. I do have fine tips. I thought I did. And this is more of a chisel tip, but it's still good. Because that way I can still get up a little closer than what I was. And that way it doesn't look like it was, you know, markered on. My problem is I think I'm way too much of a perfectionist. That's what everybody tells me. And I just can't, you know, let things go. It's got to be, and nothing's going to be 100% perfect. That's, you know, that's for sure. That's something that we all have to learn. But my problem is I have to make it that way. Or I will keep doing and doing and doing, and I'll be wasting a lot of product. But that's just, you know, that's who I am. Can't change that. I've always been a perfectionist. And I know some of the videos when I don't finish stuff, I feel so bad because I know that it needs to be finished, you know, but you know, when you're doing a video, that thing would turn into 5 or 6 hours because of course, you know, I'd have to redo it or just not do it at all, and then y'all wouldn't have a video. So with that, just know that it does get fixed but I can't do it on here because, you know, like I said, this video would be forever long. And I don't think y'all want to sit through, you know, a 5, 6, 8 hour video. In fact, I know you don't, because I have a whole lot of people saying that they don't like the long videos. So, and some do, some don't, but you know, you can always fast forward or whatever. But I just have to, I have to make it look a little bit presentable, you know, for the video. It's not, you know, it's not 100%, no, by no means, but it's doable. Y'all know what I'm getting at, and now that ain't gonna get down in that tip, but that's okay. And then I'll go around it with the gold as well. But yeah, this right here is exactly what I was going for. It just didn't turn out to be that bright and sparkly for some reason. I really need to get me a real fine tip. If they even make them, I don't know if they do or not. But that's definitely what I need in these markers. Or shall I say paint pens? They're not markers, they're paint pens. Okay, then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to trim right around here because that green is irritating me. Like nobody's business. Okay. So see, now y'all get what I'm going for. And this is going to be shiny and that'll be dull, which is fine. Not a big deal. I'm trying not to mess up because if I go over this with a with alcohol, it is going to wipe it off. So that's why I'm trying to take my time and not mess up anything. And this is going to be the booger bear right here. Just trying to get these here painted without messing up the whole thing and making it look like chrome. That's the next big thing, is to make it look, you know, like I'm wanting it. Without messing up. I may have to go over it one more time, but I'm trying not to have to, because I don't want to push my luck with, you know, really messing up. So yeah, I'm trying to do a one time for the one time. And make it be a one time. Because that's just what I need to do, is let it be a one time for the one time. Because I'm even sitting here trying to hold my breath, like, because I do not want to mess this up. Okay, I just got this little part right here. Let's see, that side turned out shinier to me, I think. Maybe not, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for right there. That's what I wanted from the get-go, and I thought that's the way it was going to look, but it did not turn out to be that way. So let me go in with this one now with the smaller pen and paint around the edges where it needs to be painted. Turn that way, and that way I can get one swoop pass at that. And then this, I will turn this away with the tip. And get that. Wow, that side didn't look like it was painted. But I know it was. Go ahead and bring that down. Just so you can't tell that the bottom's not painted, because I'm not really too concerned about the bottom. I may go over it here in a minute once I get this gold painted. But and it kind of hides my little bubbles. And some of them, it did. It hid my bubble. Alright, now for this. I'm not getting really, really close to the bottom because that's just a side waiting to happen, if you know what I mean. but I'm gonna let that dry. And there you have it, guys. That is what I was going for. So that is what I was aiming for right there. Granted, this didn't turn out the way I had hoped, but and I don't have fancy pretty stuff to set down here, but I will zoom in so you guys can see.